Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe to y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, my word, man, moves through the box in the joint. I'm looking like, this man just did a drive-by with a box. This man just kicked the box in our joint. So when the box came in the cell, I was like, it just fell right there. He was like, grab. I was like this. I was like, he was like, put it under my bed. Put it under my bed. Next thing you know, the door closed. He backed up. He was like, put it under the bed. I was like, I got you. Man, calm down, man. He was like, that's where he went downstairs, started messing with the toilet paper, some more toilet paper down there. So they down there, I see him talking to the white dude, you know what I mean? So after it was all said and done, he come back in the cell. You couldn't tell him nothing. I promise you, man, you couldn't tell him nothing. Man, that man was like, hey, hold on. Let me get some hot water. He ran down there with his coffee cup. He came back up. What I tell you, Weezy? Yeah, where that? Look, he got the box. Word, he opened the box up. That junk was like he opened a box, like he had to work in that junk. You hear me? He was like, he ripped that joint open. He was like with 4 fingers, he just started grabbing toilet paper from the middle. He was like, he got the toilet paper on it. He was like, see, told you, Weezy, man. Look, man, you see this? Yeah, look, this is what it's about. Watch how I get rid of this. I'm saying in my head, man, you acting like that's a major hustle, y'all. So boom. But a hustle is a hustle, though. Like, I can't take nothing from him at the end of the day. Was I even like worried or upset or hating or none of the above? I looked at it more like this was funny. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all already know how I be. I be beating off these guys. But like, I'm like, man, this man just held up the toilet paper like he just got the pot. This man just held up the toilet paper like he just won a trophy. Like, this ain't nothing but some toilet paper game right here, man. This is all this is. So I'm just tripping off it on the low. He don't know I'm tripping off it on the low, but he happy. He like, he making stacks of 6. He like, he made 3 stacks of 6. He was like, he get them all together. He was like, yeah, I'm about to sell all this, Weezy. Oh, this about to be gone. He stayed that with me. He was like, oh, this about to be gone, Weezy. I'm like, all right, I mean, do your thing. He was like, yeah, I'm about to get rid of all this. I can't wait till the doors pop. I'm like, this junk crazy. So as soon as the doors pop, he shoot out. He shoot out instantly. When I see him out that joint, he moving around, he talking to people, he doing this thing. He over here, he over there, he over this way, talking to a couple guys. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. He was slanging and banging. The toilet paper game, though, which is different, though. That's what he was doing. I promise y'all, man. Like, he was wilding with that, man. But nevertheless, he's moving around, doing what he's do. After that, he came upstairs. He was like, look, can I get the sale? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, I'm about to go ahead and get all these orders right. I said, the whole box gone? He was like, the whole box gone. Yeah, the whole box gone. He said, I wish I had another box. I be trying to get her to give me 2 boxes, Weezy. He said, but she be bucking on me, man. I be trying to get 2 boxes, though, man. I said, yo, bro. I said, look, man. I said, look, for real. I said, man, like that joint right there, you made it quick. He said, man, I made $26. Yeah, I made 20. That bag right there, yeah, look. I made $26. I looked at the bag. He was like, yeah, $26 in that bag. He was like, $26 extra to the profit, huh, Weezy? I'm like, bro, $26 is $26, my guy. You know what I mean? He was like, that's what I was saying, though. He was like, see, I don't need nothing from nobody. Like, I'm a hustle. Like, I'm a hustler. This is what I do. I said, so look, man. Like for real though, that's on you only can get 1 box. I said, you can't buy no more boxes. I started thinking maybe I should be in the toilet paper business, y'all. So boom. I'm joking, man. But like, y'all know I be beating off people. I told the dude, I said, hey, look, they ain't selling no more toilet paper down there. Let's buy 5 boxes. You know what I mean? That's what I was about to tell him. Let's get 5 boxes of toilet paper game. Forget it. You know what I mean? Let's do it. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna mess with him, man. But I'm still laughing within my head. I'm joking about this whole thing because my celly that got serious, he got super serious on me. You know what I mean? So he sold all the toilet paper. So the next day, the white boy come to the door. While I'm in the cell though, the doors are open. You know what I mean? So I'm in the cell. I forgot, but like, you know, like I told y'all, anybody can look at our cell if the door is open. Especially, you can definitely see in the whole cell. So we in the cell, and I see the white boy pop up. Like, he ain't knocked because the door is open. He waved his arm, and I seen the white boy. I was like, I know he won't for me. I'm like, I see my roommate. He was like, Moose was like, what's up? He called the white dude name. He was like, what's up? White dude was like, hey, man, we need to talk, man. So I'm like, I'm still doing something. So Moose was like, talk then. What's up? He was like, hey, man, look, man, you sold that box of toilet paper that you said that wasn't yours, man. And then you kept it. And you told me if you did get some toilet paper, you was going to break bread with me, man. You didn't give me no freaking toilet paper. This is my word. Moose was like, man, look, you slow your blow. Come on, man. Look, he kept doing what he was doing and everything. Like, he was like, man, look, man, come on, man. You slow your blow. Come on, man. White boy was like, what do you mean if I slow, I blow? I wanted to be like, yo, pause. But pause wasn't invented yet. He was like, man, look. I did what I had to do, man. I made my money, man. You slow. White boy was like, look, man, you just started working. This was your first week, man, and you got something extra, and you didn't break bread with me, man. That's not cool. That's not cool at all, man. Weezy, tell him that's not cool. I'm like, Weezy, tell him that's not cool. I wanted to be like, I don't have nothing to do with this, y'all, so boom. But I didn't, though. For me to stay there and be nosy, I had to get into the conversation, so I'm like, man, for real, you ain't break bread with him, man. I'm messing with him, dog. Like, you ain't break bread with him, man. He was like, he looked at me like, gonna take up for the white boy? I'm looking at him like, ain't biased. He like, what you mean? What you mean, Weezy? I did what I had to do. I did me. He was me moving slow. I did what I had to do. I was like, man, come on, man. You gotta, you know what I mean? He was like, man, what you want, man? White boy was like, man, give me that bag of coffee that you just got. He was like, man, you know I drink all mud. Come on, man. You gonna take my mud? He was like, man, give me the bag of coffee and we even, man. Cause you supposed to gave me half of that box, man. This is my word. Moose was like, I looked at him like, let's give him the coffee, man. You know what I mean? He was like, it was the yellow bag too. He was like, he went inside the bag. He was like, no. White boy was like, white boy took the junk, dipped. When he dipped, Moose was like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Won't nobody selling no box of toilet paper before I started doing it. Now, because I want to do it, he want to cut. I said, man, listen, like you want to break bread? I said, what if he telling you though, Moose? Moose was like, he can tell. The lady, give me the box. I said, so what you gonna tell him, the lady? He was like, I ain't gonna tell him my plug, Weezy, man. But if she giving me the box, what you want me to do? I said, man, look. I said, the man sounded like he want a part of what you got going on. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, nah, I just looked out for him because I ain't want no issues with him for real. He was like, I don't want no issues for him for real. He was like, but you know what? Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna lie. As I seen him doing that, he was like in deep thought. He was like, don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. I'm like, I started like second guessing Moose a little bit because, like, to be honest with y'all, I never been in a cell with a dude that stay scrub. Like, but he don't care about me messing with the la-la. He don't know that I'm selling the la-la, but he definitely don't care about the smell of the la-la when I'm in the cell. And it's like, he wasn't really in my way. Like, I'm really bitten off this for real though, but like, he kind of like threw me off a little bit when I seen him say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, he was really mad at the white boy for coming asking for the coffee. Like, out of $26, you had to give up $5. Like, I mean, I felt like that wasn't a bad profit, you know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, people be super greedy, y'all, so boom. And that's what made me start looking at Moose different because I'm like, if a man don't even want to give up $5 off a box of toilet paper, if I would work with him, I would want to cut too. You know what I mean? I feel like the box is both of ours, to be honest with you, man. But Moose looking at it like he getting the box from the lady on the low. And this is what it is. The toilet paper dude is looking at it like, well, we do the toilet paper. But at the end of the day, that's how he doing his business, man. So everybody's happy. Everybody is happy that they mess with the toilet paper because they know they can get it from Moose every week. So like Moose was getting the junk every week and hitting the white boy off or whatever he wanted to give him. You know what I mean? So like everything was going smooth until they end up bringing another dude in the block. And when this dude came in the block, this was another old head dude. We gonna call him Tim. Now this old head right here was from Northern Virginia, man. And Tim was from the Northern Virginia area, man. However you can figure it out, man. He was from the Northern Virginia area. And it's a million Tims that was in the Virginia prison. So I'm not talking about nobody you know. I just made the name Tim up, man. But it was a million Tims in there at the end of the day, man. But he moved in the block. It was different because it was like he had the same kind of like approach that my roommate had on the low. But I didn't know that he was trying to get the toilet paper job. Now the white dude, he used to like his job. The white dude had the toilet paper job for a minute. But the white dude was up for transfer too. So with the white dude being up for transfer, that's how it be in there, y'all. It'd be like the next man up. Everybody be waiting for everybody to do something or go to the hole or something like that for they can get the next spot. That's just how I go in there. Like you can have a shower job, you can have this job. People be already in line for the next spot. So like when the old head moved over here, I didn't know that he jumped the line, or I don't know if it was people already in line or whatever the case. But all I know is when the white boy got transferred, like my celly was super happy that all he had to do was just give up a pack of coffee and do this and do that for the, you know what I mean? For the toilet paper, because like at the end of the day, the white boy wasn't asking for much. The white boy was just asking just to grease his beak, pause, like just give him something. Like, just make sure you can not be stingy with the whole plate. You know what I mean? Because if you getting some extra toilet paper, you got to cut the person that's helping with you in. You got to cut them in. And that's just basically like common sense. So I felt like the white dude should ask for more bread, but he was content with what he was getting. You know what I mean? So I guess he ain't want to say nothing about nothing. But when he got transferred, like the first week, they didn't even give nobody that job. You know what I mean? So my roommate was out there dolo doing him. He was loving it. He'll come back in the cell. This is my word. He'll come back in the cell. He be like, man, this junk crazy, Weezer, man. He was like, look, this is my word. Look, the young boy called me OG. He told me, OG, come here, OG. Hey, look, man, let me get some of that golden toilet paper you got, OG. He said, yeah, Weezer, look, they call on my toilet paper the extra jank, the golden toilet paper. I'm saying in my head, man, toilet paper is not that serious, Moose, so boom. Talking about they call my toilet paper the golden toilet paper. I'm saying to myself, like, he trying everything in his power to make his job seem like it's something special, man, and it's not. I ain't gonna lie, man. That job was so stupid to me. I never really wanted the joint, man, because I seen the same stuff happen all the time in different pods, man. So like with him doing the dolo, you can't tell him nothing. Like, he was feeling good. He was staying out longer. He was coming back with more toilet paper for us. When I looked over in at the corner, we had like a 12-piece sitting over that junk, not counting the one we got inside the toilet paper hole already. Pause. Like, we got a 12 junk with the paper still on it right there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, we straight. Like, I wasn't even tripping about toilet paper. Like, and I run through toilet paper. I ain't gonna lie. So like, me and him was good. But like, when he was doing it dolo, I guess he was figuring that, man, like, he don't really need nobody to do it with him, because he was getting used to it. He was getting used to passing it out on the bottom tier himself. He was getting used to stacking it up the way he do on the little board jump, bringing it upstairs, stacking it up on the little board, and passing it out on the top tier. I think he was loving doing that, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's a two-person job, because they like people to pass it out on the bottom tier, and they like people to pass it out on the top tier. So he was going to get a worker with him sooner or later. But the worker turned out to be this old head dude, the dude Tim. Now, like I say, the dude Tim wasn't no pushover type of dude. He was just somebody that liked the job, because you can move around. That laundry job, the toilet paper job, usually the toilet paper and the tray dudes is the same. So like, that job to have is like a good job. So that's why the dude Tim was chasing it. He was another dude that was down for a little second. And you know what I mean? Like, he knew to count about everything too. Tim wasn't no lame either. You know what I mean? So when Tim get the gig, my roommate was mad as a bitch. He coming to say, he was like, man, they gave dude, man, dude from Northern Virginia, man, they gave, I was like, who you talking about? He was like, man, the bald head dude, man. Yeah, they gave him the job, man. He was like, man, I don't want to work with him, man. I was like, why you don't work with him? He's like, because he's too aggressive. He said, I don't want nobody aggressive with me doing this toilet paper junk, Weezer, man. I don't want nobody aggressive, man. I'm like, man, this junk crazy, man. He was like, yeah, look, yeah, it's all good, though, man. It's all good, though, man. He was like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm like, man, you just got to work with him. I said, man, Tim, all right. I knew Tim from another block. Me and him weren't really dumb cool. But still, though, I'm like, you can get along with him, though. Like, just keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? So I guess the first time the bird landed with the toilet paper on his plug. So like, for the first time with Tim pinning it, you know what I mean? I see them downstairs. When I look, that box is on the table. You know what I mean? They done passed out our joint. I come to the door and look. They sitting at the table having a conversation with the box sitting right in between both of them. I see Tim got his hand on it. My roommate got two hands on it. And they talking, but my roommate having a conversation with Tim. So Tim standing there, he's standing there. So I'm like, man, like, this is a Mexican standoff over toilet paper, man. I promise you, man, they standing there like this. And our door open up. So it's like, they see me. When they turned around and looked, my nose ass was right there at the door like this. I was like, I was just looking at the whole play. I was like, but they both got the box. Moose was like, hey, Weezy. Hey, Weezy. Hey, come here, man. He still got one hand on the box. He's like, hey, Weezy. Hey, man, come down here, man. We need to straighten, man. Come on, Weezy. We need to straighten, man.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.